Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Um, Coming on. I like doing both stories and lives because it reaches different people sometimes. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. Good morning. So I'm popping on to briefly talk about. I get a lot of people that often email me and they say, I'm not sure that I'm qualified to be part of your women's group or your writers program or to be coached by you. And I find this so ironic. It's like the qualified piece, right? And I think most human beings struggle with like worthiness, and that can get in the way of us even being supported by coaches and mentors, which is so ironic and kind of sad because my work as a coach is to support people. And so anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about what qualifies somebody to work with me, and specifically my women's group, because that's what I'm launching, and I'm getting a lot of emails about that. So my women's group is called Your Wellness is Your Business. We just opened applications. I just pinned the page there. And hi, everybody. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. I love my work too. I love doing my work. But okay, so what makes somebody qualified to be part of this women's group? First off, this women's group is called Your Wellness is Your Business, and it is for female entrepreneurs or business owners who are wanting to work on prioritizing wellness and looking also at like time management and boundaries and our emotional relationships with money, limiting beliefs that really can get in the way of us expanding and being able to receive abundance and success and money and all of that stuff that comes in. And I also just created this because I feel like it's so important to check in with ourselves, no matter if we are just beginning or we've had a company for 10 years, to be able to be like, you know what, is this still like all in alignment with my spirit? Is everything that I'm doing still in alignment? And I often change what I'm doing quite all the time. People are like, you still going to be doing your women's group next time? I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in 4 months or 3 months. I'm constantly changing and evolving and dedicated to just like being in the flow of what shows up in my life. So this women's group is for people who are artists or not artists. There's a woman in my group who is a dentist right now, and she's had a dental practice for a bunch of years. So you don't need to be an artist. You could be a lawyer or an accountant. You could be just getting out of school and not like your degree at all and be really curious about like what you actually want to do with your life. You could have an idea of what you want to do, but just have no idea how to turn it into a business, and want to be surrounded by a bunch of other women who are choosing themselves and choosing to like pursue their passion and what is important to them. You are qualified to be part of this program and to work with me if you have no idea what the fuck. Good morning. Hi. If you have no idea what you want to do and you just want to like explore a bit. And I coach one woman who used to work on Wall Street, and she realized she was really unhappy there. She came on my live. Her name's Whitney. She's incredible. And the first thing that she did was she started to talk to people who weren't working at Wall Street. So she would just she would hear of somebody doing a job. It didn't matter what it was. And she would be like, can I go have coffee with you? Because she wanted to hear and have her context expanded of what other people were doing in this world. And, we're a collection of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. And what I love about working with coaches, being part of groups around other people who are doing their work, is that we are surrounded by people who are choosing themselves and choosing to expand and choosing to be honest with themselves, which makes it easier for us to always also expand and be more honest with ourselves. So yes, back to the qualified. You could have a company that's making millions of dollars and be doing super well, but your wellness is lagging, and you really need to check up your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness and game. You could also have a business that is profiting that you are just unhappy with and once made you happy, and you're kind of like, Where do I want to go next? That would also qualify with you. Your business could be making you totally happy, but you just work alone a lot and want to be surrounded by other female entrepreneurs and have community and have connection. All of those things qualify you. So you don't need to be an artist. You don't need to be like a dancer or a painter to be part of my women's group. I also I've coached people who write kids books, fiction books, nonfiction books, poetry. I've coached people who are not artists at all. It really, you're qualified. Always ask, it's so good to just show up. And if you feel called towards something, show up and apply, and just trust that if it's not a fit, the person that's guiding you or you are going to know. And when we short ourselves, even just applying and putting ourselves out there, it's so sad. I once, when I first started to coach, had someone to apply to work with me who was this amazing filmmaker. He was one of my first clients, and I remember getting his application and being like, oh my God, am I qualified to teach this guy? He seems so cool, he could teach me. And I called my friend Mark, and I'm like, how do you know that you're qualified to coach everybody that shows up? And he said, listen, if he showed up at your doorstep, he believes you have something to teach him. So have a consultation with him and hear him out. And so I met him and we worked together, and I did have things to teach him. So I think it goes both ways, that even coaches can have insecurity around sometimes that as well. Am I qualified? I think that's a big thing with a lot of entrepreneurs or people that want to write books. It's I can't write a book until I'm 30, all the things that we tell ourselves. So if you have any questions about my women's group, and any part of you is excited about being full of a group full of 10 women for 4 months. We're meeting for 2.5 hours every month. It's basically 2 workshops. There's going to be homework and books. There's a Facebook community just of the 10 people in the group for you to interact with. It is a supportive, nurturing space to focus on your wellness. And that is the biggest thing that this is it's really important. So many people are working on their computers till 2 a.m. and it's I just want to have a space where as women we can sit together and we can talk about things and be honest. And some of it is professional advice. A lot of it is personal development. I honestly think that business problems are personal problems. In my group right now, I'll pull people up into the hot seat and do visualizations with them and do kind of one-on-one coaching in front of everybody else in the group, which is beautiful because if they're able to, which everybody has so far, be honest and open, then they get to become a teacher for everybody else. So it's an incredibly powerful space to not just have me teach, but for you to be a teacher and for all these other women to also teach you and for you to learn from them. It's so much value. It's so beautiful. I so often when I'm on my one-on-one calls, I wish people were there to be able to learn and see and hear and be God, I wish there was a megaphone that could take this and put it on the radio because everyone needs to hear it. And that's the beautiful thing about women's coaching, is that other people do hear it. Other thing you can know is that it's on Zoom. I have international clients in my current group. I have I had somebody in India. I have 2 women from Europe in my group. So we do work with international people, and you don't need to be based in California. What else? Yes, so you're qualified, okay? So just frickin' send me an email, swipe up and apply, take a read if it resonates, and I'm going to know whether it's a fit for you, and I'm going to tell you that. I am saying no to some people, I'm saying yes to people, and if I feel like there's a better fit for them, either in working with me in a one-on-one capacity or with a different coach or person in my life, I'm telling people that. So yes, so just wanted to drop on and tell you that you are fucking qualified, okay? You are qualified to go for the things that you want to do, not just this women's group, but just walk into this world and know that you are worthy of pursuing any sort of thing. It's there's an interesting piece with signing up to do our work, which, we sabotage and get in our way. And that's one of them. The other big one is money. People always write me and say, I don't know if I can afford this. And I have always found a way to be able to afford and support myself in what was my growth. So I don't really believe when people tell me they can't afford things. I just go, you're choosing to not afford that and to spend your money in different places. And it's a choice, right? It's all a choice, babies. I hope that you have the best morning. If you have any questions at all, send me an email, send me a DM, apply, put your questions in your application. I'm going to go for a little surf and then be reviewing some of the applications that came in last night, this morning. So thank you to everybody so far who's opened their heart and been vulnerable and shared. I know we've got a couple of women who've already sent deposits over, and I haven't looked at my emails since last evening. So I'm so excited. It's like kind of like Christmas going to open up my inbox right now to see all of the incredible women who are doing their friggin' work. Because as women, we are doing our work. Actually, on that note, I made this video in El Salvador. Well, that's not true. This guy, Marco, filmed and made this video in El Salvador. And it's like 4 minutes long. And I recorded the audio in Crete because we needed something to go over with it. And just like got a download that I should, I just spoke what came up. And this is about women doing their work, and it's relevant. So how do I turn my live around so you guys can see this? This is not yet public to the world. I think that when we heal ourselves, we heal this world. I believe that when I hold space for my trauma and my wounds and I do my work, that it moves backwards and forwards, healing all generational lineages and relationships that have existed or will exist. I believe that when I do my work, it heals my mother, my grandmother, her mother, and the mothers before. And when I do my work, I believe that it also heals my someday daughter and her daughter and the daughter before. Our trauma and our wounds are our accountability to look at and to hold space for. And if we never sit down with the uncomfortable living inside of our souls, the uncomfortable that we drown with whiskey, the uncomfortable that we numb with 20-hour workdays, the uncomfortable that we deny is living inside of us, reading a newspaper, then we're never truly free. We will walk around this world numbing and distracting. We will walk through this world projecting our pain on people, attracting the manifestation of the wounds. We will walk through this world looking for the love that we never received from our parents. Doing our work is the most important thing. I have always been dedicated to doing my work. Working with other people was kind of a byproduct of my work. I am on this planet to be truthful. I am on this planet to honor what is inside of me, even when it is hard. And I started to share and to write these truths many years ago. And there was permission in these truths. Because when we share slabs of our heart with this world that are sometimes filled with shame or secrecy, and we let it out to breathe in the daylight, people get to exhale that didn't even know that they were holding their breath. And in those exhales were hundreds and hundreds of comments and messages. And the more that I was writing and the more that I was sharing, the more comments came. I remember sitting in a cafe in Roberts Creek and sitting for hours, responding with these lengthy comments and giving advice to people and sharing my thoughts because they were brave enough to share the slabs of their heart with me back. And after a while, this evolved into working with women. Women are doing their work. Look around you. And I love that I get to work with women while they do their work. I love that I get to stand there and be a container for women to dissect and to uncover and to unravel and stand in their light and in their power. When we heal ourselves,
we heal this world. Doing our work should be the most important thing. It should be our highest commitment to ourselves. If we do, it unlocks freedom. It unlocks permission to live in a way where there's no closet, there's no monsters in the closet, there's nothing in there that's gonna come out, nothing that we need to be ashamed of or hide behind closed doors. Doing our work is the greatest work that we can do.
Marco Valentine. As a filmmaker, we filmed that workshop in El Salvador in February. The audio didn't translate, so I did some audio for you, and I literally just spoke, I just came through, and I sent him a voice note. So ladies, we're doing our fucking work. And I was reading your comment. In shamanism, there's a belief that when we do our work, it heals backwards and forwards, all lineages. So mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, someday daughter, her daughter. It's like we generationally heal when we touch our trauma. So powerful investment for not just us, but every single person in our life and that we do business with and that we're friends with. The more that we expand and love ourselves and know ourselves and are honest with ourselves, the more free we are, the more joyful we are, and the more light this life is. So on that note, I'm going to go dunk myself in the ocean because it's Yana's wellness time. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching that. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.